In today's world, discussions around sexual health have become more open, leading to increased curiosity about topics like NoFap and the psychological effects of frequent masturbation. A previous discussion explored the impacts of abstaining from masturbation for a year, but what about the opposite extreme? What happens if someone masturbates every single day for a year? This deep dive will examine both the psychological and physiological consequences of such a habit. While masturbation is a natural and common activity, the frequency and methods used can significantly impact one's physical and mental well-being. Factors like hormones, libido, and age all play a role in shaping an individual's habits. For some, daily masturbation may feel normal, while for others, it may seem excessive. The key takeaway is that what is considered normal is subjective and unique to each person. However, engaging in masturbation every day for an extended period can lead to noticeable changes in one's body and mind. In this analysis, we will explore both the positive and negative effects, examine real-life examples, and conclude with insights on finding a balanced approach. The downsides of daily masturbation. 1. Decreased sensation and physical impact. One of the most commonly reported issues with frequent masturbation is the gradual loss of sensation. When someone masturbates every day, the experience can become less pleasurable over time. This happens due to both physical and psychological factors. Physical effects. For men, excessive stimulation, especially with too much pressure or force, can damage nerve endings in the genital region. Over time, this can result in a condition known as death grip syndrome, where the individual requires more intense stimulation to achieve the same level of pleasure. If this habit continues for a long period, it can lead to delayed ejaculation or difficulty achieving orgasm during sex. For women, excessive use of vibrators or similar tools can lead to temporary desensitization, making it harder to experience arousal through natural means. While the body can recover with rest, the temporary loss of sensation may affect sexual confidence and intimacy with a partner. Psychological effects. The brain plays a crucial role in pleasure and arousal. If masturbation becomes routine and repetitive, the brain may start to associate pleasure only with self-stimulation rather than real-life intimacy. This can make partnered sex feel less satisfying, leading to potential intimacy issues. 2. Increased risk of addiction. Masturbation triggers the release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter responsible for feelings of pleasure and reward. Just like any pleasurable activity, it has the potential to become addictive. Dopamine and habit formation. Similar to the way some people rely on cigarettes, alcohol, or other substances to cope with stress, some individuals turn to masturbation as a form of escape. Over time, the brain begins to crave the dopamine rush, leading to compulsive behaviors. A study published in the Journal of Behavioral Addictions highlights that compulsive sexual behaviors can hijack the brain's reward system in the same way that substance addictions do. When masturbation becomes a coping mechanism for stress, anxiety, or boredom, it can create an unhealthy reliance on this habit. Real-life example, Jason's story. Jason, a 28-year-old software engineer, found himself trapped in a cycle of daily masturbation. Initially, it was a stress reliever after long work hours. However, over time, he noticed that he was prioritizing masturbation over social interactions and even missing work deadlines. The moment he tried to stop, he felt restless and irritable. It took him months to break the cycle and regain control over his habits. 3. Decreased sexual desire and relationship struggles. Frequent masturbation can have a direct impact on libido and overall interest in sex. This phenomenon is commonly referred to as porn-induced erectile dysfunction, PID, in men, where overexposure to explicit material leads to difficulty maintaining arousal during real-life intimacy. For women, A similar issue can arise when self-pleasure becomes the primary source of sexual satisfaction, leading to reduced interest in partnered intimacy. Psychological disconnect. The more someone becomes accustomed to self-pleasure, the harder it may become to engage in fulfilling sexual experiences with a partner. Real intimacy involves emotional connection, touch, and unpredictability, elements that are missing from solo activities. This can lead to dissatisfaction in relationships and decreased motivation to pursue romantic connections. Some harmful effects of masturbation you should know. 1. Masturbation makes you weak. It drains protein and calcium content in the body. 2. Masturbation creates nervousness and neurological problems. 3. Masturbation is one of the main causes for erectile dysfunction. 4. Masturbation addicts you even if you taste it for one time. Controlling it is a very big menace. 5. Masturbation creates drowsiness. You will be sleeping most of the time after ejaculation of your sperm. You will experience a damn tired. 6. Masturbation causes stress and strain in your mind and soul. 7. Masturbation also affects us psychologically. It creates depression after ejaculation and makes one feeling bad on his own. 8. Getting red hot while masturbating will give a bad name in that environment, and it is an indecent activity. 9. Masturbation cannot be done simply. It needs to see, touch, indulge, or, at last, to think of as sexual practice/sex organ of the opposite sex. This is more harmful than the image in your memory that you see could not be erased easily. This will lead you to a noxious problem that you cannot see any girl/lady/women without a single thought, i.e. sex. 10. Masturbation creates an urge to do indefinitely. It doesn't see the place, people, and culture. It makes you digging worst sexual problems if chance knocks the door. 11. Masturbation leads you to illegal contacts because the urge increases day by day and finally will lead to the search of a source for sexual pleasure. 12. Masturbation is the main reason for speedy sperm release during sexual intercourse. It will create dissatisfaction to you and to your wife. 13. Over-masturbation reduces your sperm count. Couples who desire to get pregnant should not masturbate. 14. The seminal fluid that gets released on masturbation contains proteins that are needed for many metabolic activities and cell formations. Proteins are the building blocks of our body. Ejaculation often will create you to be lean and distracts your metabolism of muscle building. 15. Ethically, masturbation is wrong. You think of X/Y and do sex of your own. This hinders your values and respect for others. You maybe are good in all other regards but will end up in a great problem if not concerned to stop this habit. 16. Masturbation wastes your time and makes you useless. 17. The pleasure of masturbation never lasts for a long time. 18. Masturbation creates more problems as you lose your memory and thought-provoking ability. 19. Masturbation is not the end of your desire. You may be fooled by your own practice. It will never give you a solution or a satisfaction but seems that it gives. 20. It is not needed in any way to your sexual life that it has to be practiced without fail. 21. Guys who masturbate will lose interest in sex with their wife very soon. They can't feel pleasurable for a long time. 22. Masturbation induces homosexuals in schools, colleges, and hostels. Many times the latter creates sexually transmitted diseases like VD, syphilis, AIDS, etc. What are your thoughts on this topic? Have you ever struggled with finding a healthy balance? Share your insights in the comments below. If you found this discussion helpful, be sure to like and subscribe for more in-depth discussions on psychology and sexual health. See you next time.